Hi everybody, Ivar from Kick. So I'm going to start off not with the slides, oops, my bad, and just talk a little bit about kind of our history with bots. So we started with a promoted chats system about 3 years ago, and the take on that was WeChat had these official accounts. So we're like, oh, brands want a presence on messaging. So we created this presence where a brand would go to a website, put in some strings, put in some responses, and we launched it. So we had these really simple bots launched. And there was definitely attraction to the idea, and brands gravitated towards it. So we launched it, got some good exposure, but then usage sucked because it was, there was no dialogue. And about 2 years ago, Ted, our CEO, took the initiative and said, well, we got to do something a little more powerful. And we created a bot platform, first used internally, which we launched early April. And the idea there was, Ted wanted to just double down and said that promoted chats as just, broadcast messages to users, it just wasn't going to cut it. And we needed to kind of have innovation happen elsewhere. So that's why he built he started the bot platform initiative. And our approach there has really been, for us particularly, has been entertainment bots, because teenagers are our main audience. And I can't wait for the session in the afternoon. I think the reason why a lot of developers here today and yesterday are asking, like, why is like Microsoft here and Slack and Kick and now Facebook, like, why are they all here? Shouldn't they be like in their trenches and competing against each other? The main reason, I think, is because the reason we're all here, we're all looking for killer experiences, and we don't want to have the environment built with just these broadcasting bots that nobody likes. And so that's the reason I'm here, and that's the reason why I think a lot of you are here. And yeah. All right, so why Kick? There's probably not a lot of you, unless you're 13 to 23 years old, that use Kick. But if you have a nephew or a niece, they probably do use Kick. So some of our aggregate stats are, we're really teenager focused. So 70% of our user base is 13 to 23-year-olds. So if your bot or a bot you're planning to make is within that demographic, please talk to me and my partner Sergio, and we'd be happy to help you out. So what makes teenagers different than the rest of us when they use messaging? The main thing is they're just very chatty. So 65 messages on average per day, and they spend a lot of time on their phones. We ran an internal survey with our users, and 42% of them said they want a direct conversation with their brands. And we're definitely seeing that in our engagement and retention numbers. What's really worked well is when a brand or a movie studio creates a character that users can resonate and feel like they're having a conversation with. So just like all the other positive reasons people have talked about bots this morning. Same thing with the Kick ecosystem. So in case anyone hasn't tried deploying a bot in Kick, it's pretty much the same process. Send and receive API. Probably one thing that we have, like Slack has, is we do have a curated bot shop. So what you would do is you would create the bot, test it, and then you would submit it for approval in the bot shop. And for testing, internal testing, there's no approvals. But if you want in the bot shop, it goes through a editorial process and will increase your discoverability by having it approved. These are some of the best practices we've had since building this for about a year internally and a couple months externally. Be authentic, make it easy. So we try to, for the AI bots, which we don't have a lot of, most of our bots, we try to tell our developers as a best practice to show buttons and suggested responses, even though it feels, it may sound like it's IVR-like, but it's not, because the experience with kind of talking to a bot and having a pre-populated canned response, it feels conversational in the context of suggested responses. That's it.